I'm Jesse with Scouting on Air. Here we are at the 4Fest in my Jeep, and we are going to be doing some off-roading.
Jesse, speaking up, do you want to explain the rubber ducks?
Yeah, so what it was, I believe that it started usually around COVID is what most people say. And it's just a little thing that the Jeep community does where you take a Jeep or you take a duck and you go to another Jeep that you see, usually in like a parking lot when they're not there. And newer Jeeps have the handles that have an open top and bottom, and the little ducks, you take it and then you just pop it right in the door and you just duck them. Four-wheel drive is for both, but four-wheel high is when you're going fast. So if you're going on just like sand or dirt, you would want four-wheel high. But if you're crawling up something like rocks, or if you're going up a cliff, you're going to want to be in four-wheel low, which the gearing is where all four tires are spinning just like in the four high, but it's going to be a lot slower, so you get a lot more torque. You're able to go up a lot more things with that. So with this, we're in high because we're going up to roughly about 10 miles an hour. But when we're going up, like the stairs we'll show later, that is when we use the crawl gear.
So why don't you talk a bit about how you got into it?
Into this one with the Jeep. So with the Jeep, about right now it's like 4 or 5 months ago, but it was around May, right before school got out. We saw a posting. My dad messaged me and was like, "Hey, you want a Jeep?" And it went down pretty much just like that. And so he saw on Facebook Marketplace that there was this Jeep for sale. We went and talked to the guy, checked it out, looked pretty good. I love the sticker on the side of it. It came with those Jurassic Park stickers. And we got the Jeep, put a whole bunch into it. So we took it first to the Mounds, which is in Mount Morris, Michigan. And we just took it for little rides there. The second time I accidentally drove into a pond, which it wasn't like a just water pond, it's kind of muddy. But we went there, I crashed into the thing. We had to do some repairs, and so got a whole bunch more stuff. We got new brakes in the front and back. They should be really good when going down stuff like this. We got a new hub, we got steering stabilizer for when we're going down like the highway, it stays nice and smooth. But all of that combined makes it so that we have a nice smooth ride.
Walk me through what it's like cleaning this.
Oh, so especially like when I got stuck in the pond, we got pulled out the whole side and actually the interior too, because it did flood a little tiny bit. So we had to clear out the inside and the outside. You take it to a self power wash. Since this is a soft top, it's pretty old. You don't want to take it through like a drive-through car wash. It would squirt you inside. So you take it to the self wash. You just spot clean pretty much, just wherever is dirty and mainly not the top. You wash all the underneath, you get all of the mud off, and then you pretty much assess for damage. You have to make sure there's nothing dangling, no rods snapped in half. And if you see that everything should be fine, we went to the interior. We cleared out all of our stuff that we had in here, like our toe straps, and we grabbed some Windex. We cleaned down the windshield because it was covered in mud. We had a guy behind us with the window open, and he was pulling us out. Got a whole bunch of mud inside, had to wipe down the seats, wipe down the windshield, and we cleaned with the vacuum that they have at the car wash. And so vacuumed up all the dirt, and now it's like it is today. Okay, here is my Jeep, and I'm going to show you all of the different things that we have added to it. So first, if you want to see here, we have our bumper, which got repainted when we first bought it. Come over here. We have our new clamp. We just put this on the other day so that we can put the flag, a little bracket. So that was originally a fence post piece. or fence post piece, and we just put it right on there, used it for the pole. Works great. If you look up top, we have the roof rack, and on the roof rack we added 5 lights. We've got the basket. We can put any kind of load on there. We can drive around with it. We've got these stickers on the side that say Jurassic Park. The Jeep did come with those. That was a major influence of why we bought it. Got some new stickers there for the Detroit 4 Fest. If you look on this side, we do have a sticker that says we got a K&N filter. I did just buy that a couple months ago, put it in. So that is a racing filter. Nice tires here, some BFGs. They are 31s. They came with 29s, so a little bit bigger. So currently we're deciding if the Jeep is going to be able to make it through here. So it seems that this section, or this little obstacle, is divided into like 3 sections. Over there we have the rocks with the cement pipes. Here we have just a straightaway looking area with logs. And then over on this side we have tires, which I don't believe that the Jeep would be able to go over that because of the clearance with the bumper. It would probably bump into the tires before it hit the tires, or it would bump into the bumper before the tires. So I don't think we're going to be able to make it over that, but we can start here, turn into here, and then go over the rocks. So that's what we're going to do.
You're in a hole. If you come, turn the wheel this way, but don't hit this pole. You made it. How was that?
All right, guys. So one thing that you have to do when you are out on the trail is once you complete a heavy duty obstacle like we were just doing, the Jeep was definitely bouncing. There was only one little tiny issue that I did notice, the radio. Got someone in the background there. The radio was just turning on a weird station, so maybe it just jiggled pull the wires a little too hard. So after you do a tough obstacle, you just want to check out your engine, make sure there's nothing that's sticking out like crazy, like nothing fuming, nothing smoking. And as you can tell, we just finished. Everything looks good from here. So we are on to the next one. Well, started back up. That's the #1 sign. If anything were to be bad and broken, right now is when it would go bad. We are in the trenches, boys.
How much is there to the course? Yeah, how much of it have we seen already? How much is...
So this is our first time being here. It's the same as the viewer. We have not been here before, so we're just kind of taking it first time, so just exploring. Don't have a map or anything, we're just making our own path. So here we are in like a sand pit, kind of a change of scenery. There are a whole bunch of trails, if you see, all around us. We're in like a crater. And this crater on all sides are trails that you can follow up. And I'm assuming some are down too.
Tell me what we're doing.
So currently we are just scoping out the area, making sure that we are able to go up what we are trying to go up. We're going to go to the top of this hill, just see what's on the other side before we go down it, in case it's like a cliff.
Okay.
Or something that we can't handle. So the dilemma is I'm deciding whether or not we can make it. So if you look here, I don't know if the camera really shows what it looks like, but it's like a straight drop. And down there it doesn't look super steep, but also the thing is, once you come up here, there's this big dip. Not entirely sure. Let's see. If we were able to walk up it, we might be able to make it up with the Jeep.
I can see that those are like straight down and straight up.
Yeah. You don't want to get stuck.
What do you love most about this as a hobby?
This hobby is very cool because it's exciting. It gets your blood pumping. It's pretty much an extreme sport. It's just like BMX but inside of a Jeep. So you take your everyday car, which you wouldn't think too much of it, and then you take it to some treacherous conditions like it is here, and you just take it off-roading. You see what it can handle, what it can't handle, which with this it's pretty much nothing, but it's cool to take your everyday car and test what it can do.
Have you ever been anxious? Or have you ever been scared?
Yes, definitely have been scared. I was at the mounds and I was riding with my friend in the car. We were going around some ponds in like a figure 8, and the car, I was in control, so it was my fault. But I caught when it was spinning, went into the water, like I was saying last time, and definitely it went into the pond. So at that moment, I was stuck, couldn't reverse out, and was definitely pretty scared then. I was not sure what was going to happen next.
Are crashes common?
I would say that you go to a place and at least one person gets stuck. Yeah. Definitely flooded. Water has gotten inside. That's what it looked like last time with this one, but it was at an angle and it was forward into the water.
So you have some sympathy for him.
Yeah, I know what that one feels like. Definitely shouldn't have been down there. That wasn't like an accident. He went and tried to get stuck in there. Well, not get stuck, but tried to go through it. Last time when I got stuck, it was an accident. So now outside, here we are at the display board, and Josh is going to show you all of his cool gadgets.
So starting with the Jeep Graphics Studio 5 o'clock garage graphics, we can print any texture, any color, any wording, anything you'd like. We are also the only Jeep licensed graphic dealer in the country. We own the rights to the fonts and all of the designs for Jeep. Next up is my Oxbeam lighting. That is one of my mid-level lighting displays. We do everything from mild to wild. Little rock lights, underbody lights, to some of the brightest, we'll call them daylighters, that you can put on your vehicle. So, and then next up is my Moose Knuckle Off-Road. Mostly recovery. They make different styles, different kinds, different colors, 225 different color combinations that you can use. And their specialty is the jowl, which is this one here, and it opens and closes so you can use your strap without taking it off of the vehicle. They have a 5-ton working load limit, just like any other shackle. And same thing, you get them in I think it's 225 different color combinations right now.
So I do have a couple questions for you. What's the difference between the light bar and the individual lights?
So the light bar is pretty bright. That light bar is 42,000 lumens when lit up completely. Really all it's just size and color. So
where would you put these lights?
usually on the front or anywhere on your off-road vehicle, boats, side-by-sides, cars, anywhere you need extra lighting.
Sounds good. And then you did mention that there are many different combinations of how you can get the colors. But what is the difference between the ones that are this like W shape and the U shape?
So this is an original shackle. These are your standard shackle that you'll see all over the country and all over everything. The moose knuckle style here is you could pull, with these you're supposed to pull straight on. With these, you could pull at a 45-degree angle in each, so it depends on where you're at. The plus side, like I said, to the open ones is they actually can pull not only straight, but also at a 45-degree angle as long as it's inside these jaws here. So it's kind of the best of both worlds.
Awesome. Yeah, and then one more thing. I just wanted to say that this is really cool because it is the only official decal maker for Jeep. So anything that you want that's going to be a Jeep sticker with any kind of official markings, it's super cool because they're all officially licensed and branded. Anything else you'd like to say? Thank you. Okay. This has been Jesse with Scouting on Air. Thank you for watching Off-Roading at the 4Fest. We will catch you guys next time.